Welcome to episode 4 of the Tactics Board. I'm Natalie Pike, and as always, I'm joined by Karl, although he's a particularly happy and giddy Karl this week. As we record this, Ronaldo has officially been confirmed. Is it Christmas? Is it better? How are you feeling?
It's like Christmas and birthday rolled into one. It's literally like as if I was like football when you was a kid. Do you know what I mean? That feeling, it's exactly the same as that feeling. And sometimes modern football, that feeling can go, but it's definitely back today. It's back. I'm so buzzing. Honestly, I'm so buzzing.
How did you feel when it all started happening last week? What day was it? Friday, when it was like the mad day where he was coming to City in the morning and then all of a sudden he wasn't. Like Rio Ferdinand put that tweet out that was like...
He was going to City on Thursday, and I kind of saw those rooms, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. And when it was broke that he was coming to United, oh my God, I just lost my head, because Cristiano Ronaldo, he gives you 20, 25 plus goals a season, doesn't he? He was a top scorer in Serie A.
He takes
more
Bruno
goals
from 18 to about 10, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, probably. He'll be taking them penalties and free kicks. But he got more goals than Romelu Lukaku last season, don't forget. And everyone's waxing lyrical about him. He's going to influence the dressing room. He's going to influence the young players. And yeah, I know what you're going to say, Natalie. He's not the player that he once was.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not.
He's going to be a finisher. He's going to adapt his game. He got the golden boot at the Euros just gone. He's going to be focusing on the World Cup in 2022. He'll want to go to that and perform really well for Portugal. He's coming to United for titles. He's coming to United for goals. Don't get it twisted. And now United have another leader who's been there, who's done it all, and you can tell I'm so buzzing. And he won't stand.
I've got nothing negative to say about him. I think he's a phenomenal world-class player. He won't stand
for those performances that United did against Wolves. And this isn't just good news, Natalie, just for United fans. This is good news for the Premier League. This is good news that Ronaldo will be going to Norwich. Ronaldo will be going to Brentford. Ronaldo will be going to the Etihad. To these places where they've never seen these types of incredible players before. So, I would just say. Hold
on a minute. So I'm nice to you, and you try and hit back to me.
It's usually the other way around. So you've got to give me this week, Natalie.
I've been watching Kevin De Bruyne. Oh my God! My watch literally said, "I'm not sure I understand." Even my watch doesn't understand.
Oh my God! Apple Watch does understand. It does. But yeah.
Anyway, mate, I think I'm buzzing for you. Like, great signing. I'm not sure he's coming for trophies, though. I'm not sure he's coming for titles, though, mate. I think he's coming because you would pay him what he wanted at this age, and you were one of the only clubs, and it's a nice fit. But anyway, I'm looking forward to when he gets when people can buy him, when he gets onto the fantasy to buy, to see how many players buy him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you in a second if you're going to buy him, but let's just start off by giving a shout out to Zach Padmore, who is top of our league this week. He's got an insane 346 points already. So well done, Zach Padmore. And also, we want to give you notice, if you don't already know, of the overhaul. So it is the end of game week 3. So you now have until the start of game week 4 to do an overhaul. Do you want to tell everybody about it, Karl?
Oh my, it's essentially, if you've just had the first few weeks and you've gone, oh no, I've had a bit of a nightmare. It's a free hit. You can do whatever you want. You can change whoever you want. I think you've got like 10 days to do it. So you've got to do it before the fixtures return, essentially. I'm going to do it. Are you going to do it, Natalie?
I'm overhauling for sure. Yeah, because it doesn't come out of your transfers. Like you say, it's a free hit this week. As long as you stay within your budget, it doesn't come out of your transfers for the rest of the season. I'm
going to do it. I've got this only way I can fit Ronaldo in. So I've got to overhaul it. I definitely have.
So that was going to be my next question to you. Are you having him?
Yes, I am.
No matter
I've got to. I can't not. Yeah. So
are you going to take Bruno out? Can you afford to have them both?
No, I need 2 Portuguese Magnificos. Don't get it wrong. I need Bruno and I need Ronaldo. The link-up play that they're going to be doing in Portuguese, oh my God, it's going to be incredible. Are you not going to
building the rest? No, I'm not putting him in. No United players ever.
Word. You was wavering on Bruno the other week, and I thought, oh, maybe for Ronaldo you'd make an exception.
I never was wavering. Nah.
Okay. No.
Maybe.
Oh well then.
Morals before winning. So yeah, you've got, so as we record this, 10 days and 22 hours to overhaul. So double check on the app. It does tell you on the Sky Fantasy Football app as well, the exact deadline for the overhaul. But Karl and I are both doing an overhaul of our team. So how did you do this week? What points did you get this week?
How did I do this week? I did okay. I did better than last week. I got 80 points this week. I captained Jamie Vardy, which got me 24 points. St. Maximin, 10 points. Ivan Toney, who we spoke about a few weeks back, got me 9 points. So, yeah, I did okay. What about you?
I had a good week. I did 96 this week.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a good week. I captained Son for 24 and I captained Diaz for 18. And then I had Gundogan, who obviously scored. And Tony, I actually took, after Tony was my one to watch in the first week, I traded him for Antonio. So I got 10 points there. Where are you in our league, by the way, now? I don't think I've asked you that before. So
let's have a look. Let's see who's higher up, me or you. I am 322nd in our league.
Wow, that is how bad my first week was. So I'm 489 still. Right. And I've had more points than you the last 2 weeks. My first week was just so shocking.
Yeah. No, I thought you was going to actually say you were above me, but no, I'll take that.
No, my arrows are green. My arrows are going up. But even though I had a decent week, I'm still using the overhaul because this, I've got Chilwell in there. I don't even think he's played yet.
Get him out, mate.
So yeah, I've got to get him out. So yes, if you would like to join our league as well, you can still join the Sky Sports Fantasy Football. Code with us is 9976717, and we give away prizes throughout the season, and we do highest weekly scores, highest overall scores, random different ones throughout the season. So even if you're just joining now, you've got a chance of winning prizes throughout the season as well. Mm-hmm. Right, shall we do? I'm going to let you start on Team of the Week because there's a minor miracle there at goalkeeper.
Well, let's start on Team of the Week, shall we? And let's start with David De Gea, man of the match. First clean sheet of the season. And I don't know if you saw it, Natalie, but De Gea's second stop from Saiz. Oh, my word. It's an early one for me for save of the season. He was up here and he was down there and he got a strong hand to it. Oh, my word. What a save.
I can't believe that De Gea's in the Team of the Week. That's nuts. So 3 games played, clean sheets won, total points 21. He got 15 points this week. He was man of the match this week.
Yeah, and he's only selected by 2.66% of players, so you're probably not the only one who can believe that he's in Team of the Week. It's just, I think that figure would be higher if there wasn't that uncertainty over United's goalkeeper, whether it's going to be Dean Henderson or David De Gea. I think that would shoot up. But De Gea's next few games they've got Newcastle at home, which Ronaldo might be making his second debut, West Ham away, and Aston Villa at home. So he's going to be wanting to keep some more clean sheets in that one, isn't he?
And is he going to hold his place, do you think?
I think he will, especially performances like that at the weekend at Molineux. That was like David De Gea of old, wasn't it? So, yeah, I think he will. What about defence? If I did the goalkeeper, you start with defence.
Yeah, so in defence there is Cancelo. My man Cancelo, 3 games. And he's on 21 points so far, but he got 10 this week, so a good solid 10. Now, he got that for the start and for the clean sheet, and then he clocked up a massive +3 for his pass completion. So he had 70 plus in his pass completion, which got him that +3 because he didn't score, he didn't have any assists, but of course, we did have that clean sheet. So I think when you are picking defenders and midfielders from City, there is always the chance that you're going to get those bonus tier points for the number of passes completed. And that's what you got with Cancelo this week. So he's picked by a massive 10% of players, 9.5 million. I think he is an absolute and utter shout. So yeah, I think Cancelo's a great shout because given the situation with our defence, he's pretty much going to start. I would put him as one of the most likely to start in the whole City team.
Well, that's why I put him in my team in the first week. I kind of changed it around in the first week. I think I bought him for something like £9.1 million. And now if you was to buy him, his price has risen to 9.5 million. And that's only going to keep increasing. But like you say, that price has risen because he's a starter week in, week out for Manchester City. And he's relatively...
And he will get some assists. At some point, he will get some assists because he puts that many crosses in.
Let's move on, shall we, Let's get back to the red side of Manchester, shall we? To Varane, a.k.a. Champions League Varane. Give him his proper name, Champions League Varane. I don't know if you saw, Natalie, but United posted a clip of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer asking Varane at Molineux after the game, saying, was that the same tempo as La Liga? And Varane kind of looked and responded like, no, really? It's not. Because it's just, I just love that little slip of the mask where he knows now that he's in a big league. Do you know what I mean? He's in a proper league. And for me, even including Ronaldo, he could be one of the most important signings United have made this summer. And if you look at the amount of players that have selected him, he's only been selected 2.46%, but I'd expect to see that figure rise as Varane's performances continue throughout the season.
And to be fair, maybe people weren't sure he was going to start, so they didn't risk it.
Yeah, he did have this was his first game he started, wasn't it? So he missed the first two, but decent for Varane.
And he got bonus points for passing as well. So he got the points for the assist and bonus points for passing as well. So a great first week on the game for him.
Fair play. Let's move on now, shall we, to Everton's Seamus Coleman, who got you an assist. He got you a clean sheet. He got you man of the match. And keeping in mind, Everton, in the next 3 games, they've got Burnley and Norwich at home. So he's more than likely going to try and keep a clean sheet in those games as well, isn't he? They've got Burnley home, Aston Villa away, and Norwich at home as well.
The assist cracks me up. It always cracks me up when people get assists because they got fouled for a penalty.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the way the game words it. Penalty won. It was like, I never like that because it makes it sound like they were like playing for it. But he was fouled. He was fouled, so he got points.
Even rebound goals. You know what I mean? And I know what you mean.
But yes, he's in there, 13 points this week, but only 0.64 people have him, so hardly anyone had him. So shout out to you if you had him. Now we're moving into midfield now, and a packed Manchester City midfield, Karl.
I'll just go make a drink if that's all right while you do this. Is that all right?
Talk, yeah.
You want one? Shall I make you a tea, get you a brew on?
Have a lemon sip.
Yeah, lemon sip.
So the first one there is Ferran Torres. Yeah. What a game, what a week that guy's had. He 2 goals, assist. He got bonus points for shots on target. He was man of the match. So a massive 22 points. If anybody captained him this week, then that was the absolute shout of the week if you captained Torres. He just had an absolutely brilliant game. 4.86% of people have selected him, and I would expect that to go up. If City continue playing in the formation, in the style that we're playing, with him up there, I would expect that to go up because he's going to get a lot of goals this season.
And with me, for me, I think he's City's number 9. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's classed in the game as a midfielder, but I think he plays pretty much most of the time, probably between him and Raheem Sterling, who will play for City as a number 9. So to have him classed as a midfield and have him in your fantasy team, I think that's a great shout. Get him in. Yeah, you've got a striker there, essentially.
Now, before I tell you the next fixtures, I'll move on to Rodri because there's another City player in there as well. Now, Rodri, for me, is one of the most underappreciated people in the Premier League. I really like Rodri, but there's actually a lot of City fans that don't. So, Rodri scored 12 points this week. Now, he's clocked up bonus points there for tackles and for passes. Decent. And I think that tells you everything you need to know about Rodri's game. He is that real linking between the defence and the midfield and the attack, and he does it, and he goes under the radar. People forget about him. So for the 1.36% of you that have him picked, I think Rodri is a great shout. 12 points this week he got as well. Rodri fan. Are you, Karl?
You know what? I was a fan for his finish. That was a great finish for his goal. That was a really good finish. But for me, it's really hard to judge City because Arsenal were just so poor, like really poor. After falling behind early and then after going down to 10 man, they got Granit Xhaka sent off. If he was in your team, sorry, but you knew it was coming. He was going to get sent off at some stage. But it was hard to judge. And again, you've got Ilkay Gundogan in midfield as well in your team in a week, wasn't he? He got you a goal and extra passes as well, didn't he?
He did points for passes. He got the goal, 11 points this week. Again, I've got him in my team because he's another one that, regardless, I'm pretty sure he'll start the majority of Premier League games for City, and he's solid and he picks up goals like he did. So I'm actually surprised that there's only 6% of people that have got him because I think he's a real big solid choice. And like I say, you got bonus points there for passes, which is what so many City players will get.
I think that's like the Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden factor, where I think even though they haven't played yet, their percentage of players that have picked them will still be quite high. Do you know what I mean? Just from what they've done in previous seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
But let's move on, shall we, to a player who's not from Manchester City. Conor Gallagher. He got you 2 goals. He got you extra points for shots. and he got you a man of the match. Now, Conor Gallagher, he's on a season-long loan from Chelsea, and he showed such great skill, such great composure for his 2 goals. And he's cheap, £7.3 million, but he is only selected by 1.1% of players. But look at those upcoming fixtures, Natalie. Tottenham at home, Liverpool away, and then Brighton at home. So I personally wouldn't rush to put him in my team just because of those fixtures. They are big fixtures.
Yeah, I agree there totally. And then bonus points you got there for shots on target as well, which is great. But yeah, I totally agree with those big fixtures coming up. That might not be one to rush in. And then we've got a 5-man midfield this time. So we've got another midfielder in there. We've got James Ward-Prowse, who's in there. Of course, Southampton drew with Newcastle at the weekend. And he got points there for the 96-minute penalty.
Was that like the latest goal that Newcastle have conceded or something? It's so late. But yeah, you got your goal, you got your extra points for shots and passes. And I think Southampton, Natalie, have had a decent start to the season. They lost some key players, didn't they? Don't forget the transfer window. Danny Ings being one of them. And I think James Ward-Prowse would have been one of those players who could have moved on if he wanted to, but he stayed and he showed that rare thing in football, loyalty. Do you know what I mean? So fair play to him.
Yeah, for sure. Now Southampton's upcoming fixtures: West Ham at home, then City away, then Wolves at home. So mixed bag of fixtures coming up there for Southampton.
A mixed bag. Let's go for strikers, shall we?
Yeah, and probably obvious. We're going to talk about these two a lot this year, aren't we?
Oh my word. He's in my team and I can't move him. I can never move him because I absolutely love him. And Jamie Vardy, let's start off with him. I captained him. He's in my team. If you did as well, well done to you. He got you a goal, he got you an assist, and he got you extra points for shots. And like we said, he's going to be doing that week in, week out. He is selected by 15.14% of players. He's got some difficult fixtures coming up, though. He's got Man City at home. He
loves scoring against us, mate. Keep him in your team, captain him, he'll definitely get a goal.
And he's got Brighton away and Burnley at home. So, yeah. And you've got Heung-min Son. You've got his strike partner in the team of the week, haven't you?
I do. I have Son, and I captained him. So we both did well there.
We know what we're talking about. We're here for a reason.
Occasionally, I think we do. That game week 1, I did doubt it, but now I'm thinking, actually, maybe we do know something. But yeah, he got 12 points this week, 2 goals and a man of the match, bonus points for shots. And then if you're like me and you captained him, you are laughing at that. So shout out to him. He's 10.8, so a little bit more than Vardy. Be interesting to see what Ronaldo is. So he's 10.8. He's selected by 16.7%, which doesn't surprise me as well. Palace away, Chelsea at home, and Arsenal away. So a good chance for a few more goals there for him as well. So I think do you know what? In my overhaul, I think I'm still going to keep him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got those players, haven't you, in your overhaul that we're both going to do, and you should probably do it as well. There's the odd player that you're like, yeah, I'll change everyone, but not him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm the same with Jamie Vardy. I'm like, I'll change everyone, but he's still going to be there. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to be that.
Diaz.
And Diaz. You know what? He might be one that I include. I think I need to get some more City players in. I moved them out for Chelsea players, and I think I need that balance, to be honest.
Yeah, mate, I'd bring a few City players in. Just as I like we've been saying, for their bonus points as well. Because we passed with 8% of the possession at the weekend. Like, that's a lot of passes.
Yeah.
Now, ones to watch for the week coming up. Now, first of all, like we said, sometimes we know what we're talking about. I want to mention my one to watch from last week. Do you keep an eye out for your one to watch and then feel like smug if you've done well?
I do. I do, yes. I'm not going to be modest about it. Yes, I do. I absolutely buzz off it if I do well. Who was yours?
So I had Buendia last week. And he scored an absolute screamer for Villa. He just missed out on the team of the week. He got 10 points. And I was actually at a wedding when and I was looking out for the scores, and my friend said, Villa are playing up, and Buendia scored. And I was like, yes! And literally everyone was like, I'm a City fan. I was like, I do this show, and he was my one to watch. And sometimes I just like to be like, actually, occasionally I know what I'm talking about.
No, because I got Damari Gray. He wasn't my one to watch, but I hyped him up big time, and he scored at the weekend. I was like, he's going to be one of the buys of the season for 1.5 billion. And then he goes and scores, and I was buzzing. I was like, come on, Damari. That's what I mean. I think that's where you can maybe, not now, Natalie, but maybe in the future, you could include some United players, because although they're your rival's team and you hate them, but if they do well, it kind of softens the blow a little bit. That's what I'm like with Mo Salah.
No, mate.
Mo Salah's in my my strike force, and when he scores, I'm going, oh God, he scored. But I'm like, at least he's in my fantasy football. So
nope. Even if you gave me Ronaldo for free in my team, I wouldn't put him in.
Mate, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove you wrong because he's going to be in my team.
I don't like. I am wrong. Like my heart overrules my head. I am wrong, but I just wouldn't do it.
Right, fine. You be stubborn.
No, I am too stubborn. Right, who's your one to watch for this week?
My one to watch, and it feels brilliant to be able to say this.
Oh
my
God,
one
no,
to watch
to set that up, haven't I?
is the only CR7 Cristiano Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo. I've been checking all morning, and now he is in the game, so you can get him in your fantasy football team for £11.8 million. He's cheaper than Harry Kane. He's cheaper than Mohamed Salah, so why would you not? And he's going to make his second debut for Manchester United at home to Newcastle. And yes, I've lost my head. Why wouldn't I lose my head? It's like romantic. Football has got romantic again, and I absolutely love it. He's going to get you goals. He's going to score at the Stretford end, and he's going to give you a soo. Of course he is. So my one to watch for this game week is the one and only, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. Welcome home, my friend.
Greatest of all time?
Yes, he is greatest of all time. Yes, he is.
Should we line ourselves up to have that debate at some point this season?
Let's do it. Let's schedule it in. Let's get in the diary. Let's speak to the producers, and I'll come armed and ready.
So you're definitely having him in your team in your overhaul? He's going straight in.
I've got to fit in him. I'm going to have to weaken it somewhere else, but I've got to get him in for old time's sake. He was my childhood. Do you know what I mean? That was my childhood when he was there, so I've got to be done.
I get it.
Who's yours one to watch?
So I've just gone a bit left field this time, trying to just, you do the obvious ones and I'll try and pick the random ones.
Yeah.
So I've got Jimenez for Wolves, which obviously immediately is random because Wolves haven't scored in the Premier League this season yet in their 3 games.
Yeah.
Goals in the cup, but not in the Premier League. However, if you look at the stats for Jimenez, he's had 12 shots so far this season. He's also 3rd in the league for key passes with 10. So he's taking the shots, he's making the passes for the assists, and at some point it's going to come good for. I just feel like it's going to come good for Wolves. They're going to break their scoring duck soon, and when they do, I think he's going to get a bag load of points. Only 1.1% of players have him, which isn't a shock right now, considering, like I say, Wolves haven't scored this season yet. But they're going to break their scoring duck soon, and he's going to be involved in it. So
I was just having a look then. I was just having a look who they're up against. So the next game is Watford, then Brentford, and then Southampton. So yeah,
there you go.
He's fancy scoring. That could be a good shout, mate. So
yes, that's what I'm going for. You'll hear me I'll be cheering for Wolves when they play.
Yeah.
For one game.
Yeah. No, you know what? Obviously, I watched them at the weekend against United, and they were really good. They were probably the best team for most of the game, but they did lack that, like a finishing move and that finishing kind of they were toothless. They were just toothless. So hopefully, for your sake, because he's your one to watch, Jimenez gets on the score sheet. We'll have to see.
Yes, we'll see.
My money's on Ronaldo, but yeah.
Oh God! Honestly, I'm so dreading this year now, just because it's just Ronaldo talk. If he starts playing well, it's just going to become unbearable.
Yeah, it will be. Good. Because how do you feel? We kind of touched on it a little bit at the start. How do you feel when you was linked to him? Give me your honest opinion on Thursday.
Yeah, no, mate, I do a nightly radio show, so my thoughts were out there every night last week. So this is not lying. This is available on podcasts to back me up. At no point, I think like a lot of City fans, at no point was I excited about the prospect of him because playing for City, even though I think he's absolutely incredible, because it just felt too weird. It just felt too weird because he's United. You look at him, and for me, you still, no matter where he's been, you still think he's United. So I was never excited about him. What I absolutely and utterly loved was the wind-up for the week that we wound up United fans saying that he was coming to City. My co-host on my radio show was pretty much in tears most nights. So the wind-up was incredible. The breakdown, the burning of the Ronaldo shirts, the slagging him off left, right, and centre. People saying he's not even a United legend. We're not even that bothered. And then all of a sudden, he's the biggest U-turn in the world ever. I enjoyed it. I think
I kind of relatively kept my composure, or I did at least on the surface.
You were one of the few then.
because I just think that will just never happen. I feel as if it was a really good ploy from Ronaldo's agent, whether this is true or not. But in my opinion, it was a good ploy from his agent, because he would have said, look, Juventus can't afford me anymore. I've got to leave. Could it be PSG? Could it be United? Could it be City? Look, I don't want to go to City. I want to go to United. Well, they're not interested in you. Tell you what, leave it with me. Give me an hour. And he starts those rumours going, and then United have to step in, don't they, and do what we do and get those big players. And but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. It definitely will.
It will. It will pay off. I think you've taken yourselves from third or fourth finish to realistically that you're challenging. So I think realistically, it's us and Chelsea and you are challenging now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because of that one signing. So
exciting.
Not really. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. That is episode 4 of the Tactics.
I'm buzzing.
Don't forget, join our league, and you'll most certainly be above Karl and I, unless the overhaul goes really well. And I think it will. I think we're improving. We're going up week on week, so we're learning. It's a steady improvement. The code is 9976717. Get on there and join us. Best of lucks with your overhaul. We're really looking forward to seeing the changes in stats and in percentages of the players owned, and who's the big movers and moves in and moves out for the overhaul. But
and get Ronaldo in your team. Get him in your team. Do it. Do it now. I'm going to do it now. See you, Natalie. I'm doing it.
See you, Karl.